Yeah.
So what's the dealio, YouTube? Welcome back to Switching Lanes Detroit. You guys already know me. Please like and subscribe at the bottom. We do appreciate it. As you can see, Big Gretch is back here taking a nap. Time to wake her up and get underneath that bonnet and see what's going on with that wiring harness.
Woo!
I get that rolled over.
Woo! Go, Daddy!
Alright, so now that we have the car open and we can talk about it. Now, Mercedes, from 91 to 1996, somebody there thought it would be a good idea to come up with a biodegradable wiring harness. I get it. It was supposed to be eco-friendly and good for the environment over the lifespan of the vehicle. But nah. All the other car makers proved that a regular wiring harness could last, through the years or whatever. So, yeah. So anyway, 1991 to 1996, they had that horrible wiring harness. Well, I didn't know that before I purchased this vehicle. I should have done a little bit more research. And I kind of bought this off the knowledge that I had gotten from Chris, during his travels of learning about his car. But I should have dug a little deeper, which I usually do. I mean, I did it with that truck. I did it with this van before we got this. That's just kind of what I do. But I failed myself on this one. So here we are. Now, this is the newer wiring harness. Obviously, we've talked about this in plenty of the videos. I wasn't able to use this one, but I was able to rob some of the ends off, which I am going to replace. So I can sell this. I just sell it as repairable instead of as untouched. This does have the original wiring harness. How do I know? Obviously, because you can see the wires right here starting to break down a little bit. You can see the insulation breaking down. Look at that. And with these wiring harness, what they have is they have a tag on them to let you know the date they were manufactured. So this one right here, like I said, this car came, wiring harness came off of a 94 out of the junkyard, but they replaced it because it was made by Delphi, and you can see 1802 on there, W124 chassis, and then the rest of the serial number. My tag, it wasn't on the wiring harness. It was tucked in back there somewhere like that, which I got lucky because, out of driving the car and using compressed air to blow leaves and stuff, I never blew the tag away. I got lucky and I found it. So that kind of worked out. So what you do is you take that tag, you go either to a junkyard or eBay, and you scroll and you try to match the numbers up to find that wiring harness that works for your vehicle. Now the price range is kind of widespread depending, I guess, on the seller and the condition of the wiring harness. Like that one would have sold fairly well because it was put together. It was nice. And as you can see, the range go from anywhere from $250 all the way up to over $1,000. It all depends on whatever the person wants to sell it for. I haven't been able to find mine. I've been searching like every other day. So I did find out though that you can have them rebuilt, and that's probably the route we're going to end up going if I don't find one within a couple weeks before winter. I want to have that done way before winter. Actually, I want it done before I do anything else major, because that's a major hazard when I'm driving the vehicle. Obviously, if one of those wires fail, it can cause the whole car to shut down and won't start. Because even right now, after replacing the plugs, I am getting, as you've seen with this spark plug video, it was running fine, but now I'm getting a little bit of a rough idle. Now that could be a number of things, but before we just go start, pulling parts, I wanted to stick with the wiring harness today. The wiring harness can be the cause of a lot of things, and we need to fix that first. Now, I'm going to assume that it won't be cheap to have it rebuilt, but that may be, like I said, that may be the route I have to go, simply just to get it done. I'm not going to rebuild it. I just take it to a specialist and let them do it. I prefer to take the whole car, so therefore they can take it off, redo it, and then install it and make sure it's working right, instead of me taking it off, taking it to them, bringing it back, putting it on, and then something isn't right. And I mean, if I'm willing to trust somebody on eBay for $500, I could pay $500 and have it done here, where I can go and see it. Because I found a couple import shops, kind of local. I never knew they were there, but that's how it goes. I never owned an import before, so yeah, we're gonna check those guys out and see who has the best price, or maybe they could find me a harness and I just buy it and put it on myself, which I kind of prefer to do, just I know how. Because I already took one off, so I knew, I took it off, didn't cut anything that I shouldn't have or anything like that, so that worked out. Now, the reason I chopped that one up is simply because, if you guys remember, when you turn the key on, the auxiliary fans would come on, and that was because of these wires. Move this out the way here. Yep. These wires right here, they were broken. Temperature control sensor. So what that sensor does is when the engine reaches a certain temperature, I believe it's like over 130 degrees, then it'll kick those fans on to help the clutch fan right here cool the engine down. Other than that, those fans won't run. So that's why when the wires were broken, the fans would automatically kick on. I guess the sensor was, like, oh, there's a problem, let me kick on. So we repaired those. That was just as simple as cutting, stripping, twisting, soldering, and then heat shrink. We did that all within a couple hours. We also did this one right here, and I believe this right here is the coolant temperature sensor, that single one that gives you the reading on the dashboard that lets you know what the temperature of your coolant is. So that's what that is. So we got that one fixed. Heat shrink, same process. Cut, strip, twist, solder, heat shrink, and they both work. Well, yes, they both work, because I had the car running to heat up to temperature, and it stayed at a normal temperature on the 95-degree day. So cool, that worked out. Now, this wiring harness, this is not like a full body wiring harness for the vehicle. It has multiple wiring harness. Like I said, this is the upper wiring harness on top of the engine. Fairly simple to do. Right here, it really took me no time in the junkyard to pull this one out. But as you can see, these plugs right here, if I could use a few more, I would have cut them off, but I don't think I need them. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to rob anything else off of that one. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to replace those two ends because I can get them at the junkyard. And we're going to work on getting this harness. The car is drivable local. I wouldn't go too far with it. I had it, but I have a half tank of gas in here when I parked it, and I want to burn some of that gas out because I'm going to replace the fuel filter. So we can drive the car. We just can't go far because, like I said, I don't want it to stop on me. So at least if it's, up the block or something like that, I can come back and get the old Ford and hook some chains up to it and pull it back home or something. And but I do want to drive it because now we can turn it on. Let me show you guys. Look, Ma, no fans. So that means I did something right. My cutting, stripping, twisting, and soldering and heat shrinking actually worked. The fans aren't coming on. As far as the temperature goes, like I said, I already checked that. And I know the car is getting up. It's staying like around 80. See that. That's where we stand right now. So once I call these shops and figure out something, we get that done. Hopefully I don't have to mention that to you guys anymore. But that's kind of a major deal, so we have to get that done. We can't play around with that if we want to drive the car past just around the block and things like that. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna work on getting that. Like I said, this was easy to do. Anybody could freaking do it. It works, so that's all that matters right now. And until we figure out the wiring harness, like I said, I ordered a few more parts. The fuel filter, I ordered this OVAP relay right there. We'll get into what that is. And once we get it and I put it on, I'll show you guys and I'll tell you exactly what that does and why I'm going to replace it. It's pretty much the update. So those are my woes and ice cream truck. I got ice cream in the house. Other than that, I'll be at that truck so fast. To be honest, I can't even afford the ice cream truck anymore. They're so freaking expensive, man. Remember back in the day, they used to have like the $3-4 joints, like maybe they're $4 for $1. The lemon lime, the red and yellow one, and there's another flavor they used to sell. I don't even think they sell those anymore. So they're probably like $1 a piece now. I forget what was the other flavor. It was the red and yellow one. I think it was like banana cherry or banana strawberry. There was the lemon lime. There was one more flavor, I forget. Get that. It's actually supposed to be a clamp on there, but I'll just grab one from a junkyard. I've been checking the junkyard faithfully also, and they haven't had any W124s. They've had a 190. They've had a big 560, a 500. They've had a 400, a 420. Not a 124 yet. So I'm hoping. And I prefer it's between 90 and 93, somewhere in that year range. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. If I did, I'll try to catch you the next time around. But I'm going to call these shops and figure out something here so we can get going with that, so we know where we're at as far as price and parts availability, and kind of go from there. I think you guys are long overdue for a test drive. So how about we do that the next video? I think this video is going to run kind of long. But yeah, it's time for a test drive. Because we have the brake lights working. And I didn't really do anything, to be honest. I just moved a few wires and tapped on a few things and shook a few hands and kissed a few babies, and the lights started working. So I don't know. I guess I just got that magic touch. I guess, you know. I guess these German cars love me. That's pretty much it. Simple fix. It's just finding the parts, and it's going to cost more than what I want to spend, but that's the name of the game. Still cheaper than buying another project right now, which I believe, nope, I ain't even about to say that. Let me back it up. Let's stick to this. See, I'm jumping all off subject. I get so excited talking to you guys, I start jumping around, but no. Close this big Gretsch up. We're gonna put her to sleep for the night, and we're gonna take her for a drive. And please like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff, whatever you want to do with the video. And we'll catch you guys next time. Next time we'll be driving for sure. I don't know where you guys want to drive to. All right, well, I'll pick the place because we can only go like 6 or 7 blocks. So we'll catch you guys next time, man. Peace.